Oh,
Hello.
Hello, ladies.
hello.
Happy podcast day, my love.
Happy
Yes,
podcast day to both of you.
and enjoy our wonderful Debbie Widrick here. I met her and I fell in love with her right away, and we kind of conquered some hurdle there together. And I want to tell everybody, please subscribe, like, make a comment, and definitely YouTube really loves if you guys put the location that you're coming in from. They like that.
I like that.
And since it is their home, we're gonna do what they say.
Right. You're such a good girl.
Not always.
Hello, Debbie. It's my first time meeting
Hello,
you, Debbie.
Courtney.
I'm really excited to get to know you a little bit today and talk to you and find out what your strengths are, what you bring to the world, and just who you are as a human being. Um, Let me ask you this. Where would you like to start? Because it's the first time that I've met you. Like, if I was meeting you, like now, for the first time, what would you tell me that you do? Who are you? How do you love your work? That kind of thing. Who are you?
Well, first I'd like to say hello. It's great meeting you
Hi.
for the first time. I know Isabel better than you, and I can see that you radiate a positivity that's just amazing. And I
Oh,
like that. So I
thank
can really relate to your positive vibes that you're exuding right now. So it's hard for me to talk about myself so much, simply because I focus on other people and other people's needs in what I do for a living. And so I'll start there and say that I'm a personal trainer at Santa Fe, New Mexico. I've been doing this for over 30 years. Now, my practice has evolved from the moment I started, and it has grown exponentially since I learned how to meditate. And that started 2014 when I really, really took off with my meditation practice. Um, Leading up to that point, I had dealt with quite a few tragedies, death of my mother, father, divorce, other personal experiences. And I could have very well chosen not to evolve, but instead I took that as an impetus to allow it for me to expand as a human being. And
Mm,
from that growth, I've continued to evolve and allowed for it to be the catalyst for me to continue to evolve as a human being. And I just share my innate wisdom with my clients that I work with individually to help them evolve as well. And the very first thing that I work with my clients on, for those who require it, is what they could do to tune into their own soul and see what they need to do to become a better human being.
yeah.
And there are plenty of people that I work with who aren't interested in meditation at all. Most of the people I work with in general are pretty much they have a need to get past a certain physical limitation. And so I work with them individually on functional fitness. My specialty is healthy aging, um, as we age, to be just better in movement. I
Yeah.
specialize in yoga, Pilates, functional strength, and mobility. I start incorporating the spiritual aspect as we move through the practice and they start evolving and becoming more open to it. Most people don't come to me with that in mind.
Yeah.
So I help them I sow seeds with these people, to help them try to get past whatever is causing them to be limited, whether it be here or whether it be here. Whatever's causing that limitation, I help them transcend that limitation. So I'm usually pretty good seeing right to the core root of what's causing that person's limitation. And I provide for them the skills that are necessary for them to get past that limitation. I'll either show them what they need to do, I'll write a program for what they need to do, or they will continually come back to me and I'll keep guiding them so
Mm,
that they can
yeah.
continue to evolve.
Mm,
Um, so
that's
I
beautiful.
offer services um, in a number of different ways to people. And I work with a lot of variety of different types of people to help them reach their goals. So I hope that helps you understand
Yes.
me a little
No,
better.
it does. It does. I was just thinking, listening to you talk, I was thinking, when in your practice did you see that it was so much more than just the physical?
Mm.
Like you said,
With
know,
myself.
not all your clients are into the spiritual or the mind or the emotional aspect of what's going on in the body. When did you find out that or discover that for yourself or for your business?
It was a process.
Yeah.
It didn't happen overnight. It started with therapy that I went through to help me cope and deal with the grief that I dealt with the loss of my family, as well as going through a divorce, which all came about the same time.
Ah,
And it served as an impetus for me to grow. So I started with therapy first. Therapy led me to a different path, yoga and meditation. I really related to it beautifully. And I was teaching it to my clients. And then all of a sudden, I started experiencing shifts within my own self as I continued to teach. The more I helped other people or provided service for other people, the more it was like a way for me to grow. Then I discovered, man, I've got this natural ability. I had no idea I had this ability. The more I help other people, the more it helps me. And it was
Mm.
like a reciprocating type of experience. So
yeah.
that's what really launched me on my path.
Yeah. My experience of Debbie, it's not only she's a very good listener, when we are in the business of aiding or guiding or doing any contribution, listening is so crucial. And when we are in service, so she, first of all, very good listener. Second of all, she adapts things specifically for you, because even though we can be a few people in the class, and there is always observing who can do a little, because much older people in the club, who can do or handle something, who needs to be treated in a way that she doesn't makes them feel, oh, you just can't, so we're gonna make it really easy for you.
Yeah.
No, she always blends that. It's such an interesting weaving that she does with, and makes you feel good, because my friend Tom, actually, nobody really wanted to train him because he seems like a liability, can cause more problems than good. But she took him upon herself and guide him through, and it made him feel so good. For the first time in his entire life, he felt heard, he felt worth it in that way, and he just was going every day.
Yeah.
You couldn't get him to lift up anything or do anything. He was totally, no way, I don't like it, I don't, none of that. And she turned him around in a very kind, loving way, funny way that she is. And she adjusts. And what I love about you, Debbie, a lot, well, you're not only really good in what you do, but she shows her vulnerability. Okay. And as a trainer or as a teacher or as a human being, that you are in the business of
I
service.
make me relatable. I make
Yes.
them see that I too am not a perfect human being.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's okay
but
to
it's
get
relatable. You can relate to somebody like that, because it doesn't seem like, well, she does it because she is so amazing. She can because, you see what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
That vulnerability, that little quirkiness, and that funniness of her is a key to really get you, related. And now you feel like, oh, I can listen to anything of her, because she's not expecting me to be perfect.
Yeah, and she sees me. Yeah,
Yeah.
super
Well,
important.
the awareness that I bring to the training session is that I just sit there and I allow myself to be a vessel.
Okay.
That's where the listening comes in. So I listen, I don't just hear, I observe. And the energy, everything that they do, I take in and I see what's going on with them. And then I offer ways to help them get past that limitation by saying, well, let's try it this way. Okay, I see this doesn't work. Let's try it this way.
Yeah.
And then we change it so that it works for them and what's going on with them. I don't take what I learned from the book and say it has to be this way because the book taught me. I learn from them. They tell me based on what I see. I take my book knowledge and I apply it to what works for them. In essence of what.
That's magical, because in a sense you're bringing hope to them, you're bringing light to them, you know, you're making it so it looks like it's doable, and you hear them, and you're not just textbook, you're individually like creating some kind of, I don't know, magic just for that person.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
The hope that I provide from the individual that Isabel's referring to, Tom, felt really limited because his arthritis was so bad.
Yeah.
It was, and I just, first of all, I could relate to him on a level because we had I try to find ways that the person and I have commonalities.
Yes.
And that's what she's referring to is I show my vulnerabilities. I let him know I have my issues too. And we found a commonality based in sense of humor. We had a very similar certain things that we love to laugh about together. So laughter usually brings people into a separate mind space.
Yes.
It releases all kinds of positive neurotransmitters in the brain to get them to just accept that, okay, this is just my body. You know, it's not my mind. It's not my soul. I got to learn how to live in this body. Let's just sit here and enjoy this session and try to feel better. And I was able to do that with Tom because the energy that I provided for that experience was just relax and do the best version of this you can. I'll tweak the springs, I'll tweak the tension, I'll tweak your body position so that it's doable for you. And he was happy with that. And we would progress and we would get him to where he felt confident. He knew that he wasn't going to be pain-free, but he knew that he was going to be a little bit more mobile. So that's what made him feel hopeful. That's just him. There are plenty of other people that I work with. Some people just feel diminished because, let's say, a few of my clients that have Parkinson's, a few of my clients that have MS. I give them hope that they move in their body despite their limitations. They're not ever going to compete in the Olympics. They're never going to, you know, be a beauty queen, but they can exercise and they can be happy while they exercise because we're going to find things that they can do. So that's how I approach everybody I work with, even people who have cancer and are trying to work with the cancer medication. I work with where they're at. I see where they're at. I provide for them the tools and the encouragement, and I allow that person to flourish because I guide them every single step of the way, observing them, letting their body tell me what's going on, what I think they need to do. Their body tells me. I just observe it.
Yeah. Debbie, what do you think to tell people, well, you're going to be teaching your classes online, so we're going to put those. And as we go along, and I'm going to put Debbie Corey up in I-Rama, so they can go in there with the subscription and also advertise when she's going to start doing all her classes online too. That they can go and take classes from her. And the three of us do teach meditation, and it's fun because it's so different, so that we can, you know, share that. And Corey is really big in yoga, Yeah,
Yoga is a beautiful practice.
Yeah.
I have so much respect for yoga. Yeah.
Can I just rewind 1 second? Because you mentioned I-Rama, Isabel. There might be some people that's listening that don't know what I-Rama is. Can you just give us a quick, like, what is I-Rama?
sure. I-Rama is a source. It's a platform that we have where several teachers teach class. We have you can subscribe, and it's like a $4 something a month, and you can have access to small free classes and access to where the teachers are, going to be sharing their own long process of classes, and also you have free music hours of it. You have meditations, hours of meditation for children, for adults. You can the gratitude page where you can download a gratitude journal. You have the breathing, the pranayam. You can download an ebook about breathing, and now Debbie can be on it.
I would say so it's like a community of different types of modalities of
Right.
spiritual workers, right? And
It's source, yeah,
Debbie's
yeah,
So it sounds like it's like a source where people can go
yeah,
and learn and
yeah,
and find what resonates to them.
yeah.
That's
And we
good.
have different modalities, from the Australian bush flower essences to Qigong with my friend and teacher, to Corey therapy and meditations. We have holding space. We have, John Bollier with his biosonics, and we adding because we redid the site and we're starting over with newer teachers now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have almost 30,000 followers and subscribed people there. So
Thank you for explaining. Back to Debbie. Back to Debbie.
Yes.
Can I ask, what does your spiritual practice look like? What was your path? You know? Can you give me a
That's
little
a great
bit of
question. Yeah. It's hard to label, so I'll use my own words.
Okay.
Okay. When I meditate, I go within and I breathe and I quiet my mind simply by focusing on breath. My
Right.
meditation practice started to grow exponentially when I felt like, wow, I've connected to my higher self.
Mm.
And I believe I reached that point in 2014. I realized I was clairvoyant. And with this level of clairvoyance, it took me to a place where I just allowed that guidance to awaken me to where I needed to go. I didn't force it. I didn't tell it what I wanted. I simply allowed it to guide me. And I've grown exponentially by being a vessel and listening and observing. And I think that's why I'm so good at listening to people, because the awareness that I've accrued from being a better listener to my higher self has simply taught me what my gifts are. And I now know what I can do to help other people as a result of listening to my higher self. So this level of clairvoyance that I've learned to develop has taken me to a whole different level of healing, so to speak. And I feel I can bring this healing ability to those who need my services, who feel tuned into me. If they feel resonated, if they feel like they could stick to what it is I have to offer, I can bring these people into a whole new headspace. But they have to be willing, they have to be open, and they have to be able to receive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I
my
think
spiritual practice I would say resonates closest to Buddhism.
Okay.
I'm not 100% Buddhist, but I feel as if that is the path that I walk, the middle path. And I try not to allow too much distraction. If I find myself distracted, I stay away from it and I stay focused and walk my middle path. And it always brings me back to where I need to be. So I think Buddhism is the best way to describe where I sit in my soul.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. Do you have anything, Isabel?
Well, I really like the three of us, we have been single parents, and how much we had juggled to survive. I mean, I ended up living in a car for 3 months with my family because, after that divorce, it was no. Yeah, no, 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 I didn't want to be in the place, whatever the story, but how we pull through as being mothers and still keeping that beautiful relationship with the kid, and how whatever, because it's not an easy career to be a mom. And kids got their own thing and everything else that we have to dedicate, make them feel loved, cared for, and at the same time be in a job. No, Debbie, how do you manage that? What comes up for you?
Well, for me, what always worked after I went through my divorce was being grounded, being focused. I always turn to my meditation practice. I never left home without I would wake up every morning 4 to 5, and I would sit down with I always drink dirty chai. It's one of my favorite. And I would put my
Good choice.
lion's mane mushrooms in my dirty chai to be alert. And I would just sit there and breathe and meditate. And whatever guidance came to me, I mean, it didn't happen right away. And I allowed it just to show me what I needed to do that day in order to get through my day. And with that guidance, it brought me a sense of calmness, a sense of feeling worthy, a sense of feeling alive, and wow, I can get through my day. I can. And it gave me the confidence to conquer every single day and get through every single obstacle thrown at me. It provided for me the wisdom that I needed to really tune into who I am so I could be a better person for other people. So in essence, I never let go of that practice despite all the controversy. And for me, the controversy has always been dealing with difficult personalities.
Mm.
People who just throw obstacles up for whatever reason, be it envy, be it jealousy, just be it because they're power hungry, whatever it might be. You just don't go there. You don't allow them to ruffle your feathers. You turn your cheek, you keep walking your path, dancing to the beat of your own drummer. Live your truth. Walk your path with your knowing your sense of self-worth.
Yeah.
And express it the best way you can, tuned into your higher self, and don't let anybody else bring you down. Know who you are and your path with truth in your heart. That's the best mantra I could say I've always lived by, and I was guided by my inner guidance that opened up to me through meditation.
That's beautiful.
That way I can answer that.
Yeah, it's like, thank goodness you had that, right? Because I'm thinking as you speak, I'm thinking about all the times in my life where I've lost that. I've lost that groundedness, or I've lost that connection.
Oh, believe me, I did too.
Yeah,
I
right.
have too.
Sometimes it's not so easy to stay in that place. And also, I don't know about you, but I have like lots of clients in common here where they feel good when they do that practice. They feel aligned, they feel grounded, they feel good about themselves, they feel more like whole, and then they start to let the practice go because they're feeling good. They don't feel as if they need it so much. And then before you know it, you're back into this cycle of, okay, how come I'm quick to respond? How come I'm feeling heavy? How come I'm not as, alive or focused? And it's because we let go of that, which does us good somehow. We subconsciously do you see that in your practice, Debbie? Or and
Oh, I do. And the best advice that I can offer for people who step off path a little bit is remember, just because you feel good, it's not a drug. It's not a pill you take and then you feel good. You have to keep practicing to get better and better, because it's easy to fall off your path. It's very easy to get distracted in today's world. So you simply have to continue to practice, and practice will grow with you. It will. And that's where I come in. I help them align themselves with what the next step is. All right. So you're bored on whatever step you're on right now. Obviously, it's not motivating you to continue to do it. We need to grow with it. We need to continue. So it's up to the person to use their own power of intention to stay tuned in to what they need to do. They need to really own up to their half and accept the responsibility. The power of intention. Walk your path, set your goals, and walk that path step by step toward your goals. Keep reevaluating those goals, and if that goal, if you've outgrown that goal, it's not suiting anymore, reestablish a new goal. Keep walking that path, keep changing goals, reassessing until you get to the final goal, which is absolutely 100% owning your self-worth, owning who you, it's not something that should waver. It's really learning to accept and honor the truth of who you are. And that can come simply by establishing a practice every single day and growing with it. Reestablish your goals and keep growing, keep expanding, keep working with it. Don't ever let it go. It's just that simple.
Seems like consistency is key.
Consistency and persistence. And the website that you're talking about, Isabel, I-Rama, provides people the tools that they need so they can explore and grow.
Yeah.
I mean, something that I offer might not work for someone. There might be something else on your website that would work for another person. It's up to that person to explore and find what works for them.
Yeah.
And
that's the idea.
Everybody's different. Yeah.
To have something for everyone, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Find what works for you and continue to grow with it.
Yeah. And what would you tell people that, a lot of people that like, oh, well, I don't want to go, I don't want to drive, or it's going to take me this, or what are the tools that you use to motivate people that, like Tom, they were a couch potato, they never really worked out or didn't, no, never.
A great question.
Yeah, the exercise was sit and watch TV. That was his exercise.
And eat a bag of Doritos. or just eat junk food in front of the TV all, gosh, that's a tough question. That's a constant battle. Someone has to really want it. How do you how do you teach a person to really want? How do you get them to really accept that they're worthy of moving on, especially when they've given up hope? You have to hold the space for them. You have to, you really do. You have to sit with them and tune into where they're at, go to where they're at, just and give them little goals that they could reach, and then they can start feeling better about themselves, and then reassess and give them new goals. Okay, let's reach this tiny little goal. And then when they feel confident that they've reached that goal, okay, let's reassess. So little tiny goals established that you could, if done on a continual basis, and that's up to them, that they can achieve that goal in 2 to 3 weeks of practice. All right, consistency. But getting them to stay consistent is the key. And that's up to never giving up and stay positive.
Little baby steps, yeah.
Little baby steps,
Baby
exactly.
steps, yeah. And attainable, because, you know, and just those small little wins, they propel people, you know, that to push them at the consist. When I work with people, I say, well, just think how everything in your life, if you feel good, you are going to manifest more goodness. Everything in your, and it's going to feel better. The relationships are going to be better with your family or work or whatever. And also leave something with your health and your oomph, you know, your thrive to your family, because we got to stay for them in a way that we're not going to end up being a burden later on, or, you know, it's really tough to take care of elders, and I have done it. And, you know, if they are in a good place physically, it's not only going to help them, but they're going to have more choices to have freedom and not end up in a home with, you know, completely taking all your rights away and your freedom is gone. You know, and yeah, the freedom that they gain from being able to be sustainable, you know.
Getting people to a place where um, they feel like there's hope.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one for people. But when you show someone that you care and that you understand and you're compassionate towards their condition, it makes them feel better, not alone on this journey.
Yeah.
And, you know, allowing that person to see that, hey, you're human too. And this is what you're talking about, Isabel, where I'm not afraid to show my vulnerability. I think if more people did that instead of trying to display that they're tough, powerful, you know, I can get this done. You know, it's okay to cry. It's okay to experience, you know, sadness and grief and emotions, because we're all human and it's part of the growing process. But don't let it hold you back.
Yeah.
Accept it, honor it, and 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 know that we're all human. We're all working together.
Mm-hmm.
We're all working together. One of the most enlightened beings who walked this planet, Jesus Christ, you know, taught us to work together as a community, brotherhood. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to help each other, no matter what religious perspective you choose to take. If we all work together as a community, we can all help each other transcend and get past the difficulties that are placed before us, whether you practice Buddhism, Hinduism, if you're, you know, someone of the Islamic faith, whatever works for you to help you
Right.
be a better human being. Just know that there's no limitation. That just don't judge yourself and other people harshly. Be nice to yourself and accept that we're all here together. We all have to work together to live on this planet together peacefully. And I think all of us doing it on a grassroots level is what's going to make this planet a much better planet in years to come. I do. I think there's a lot of healing that needs to be done, and we all just need to help each other.
Yeah.
And using your skills, whatever they might be, to the best of your ability to help whoever it is that comes into your orbit to be a better person. The more we help other people, the better we can grow as a society. And I just see it that way. And that came to me in meditation, that these visuals came to me, that we're all here to help each other.
Yeah.
We're not here to hurt each other. We're here to help each other.
Yeah. And I think that's why I-Rama, and that's why Corey and Isabel, That's our service that, we know that we came in this planet
Mhm.
to assist and aid and better ourselves first and, assist others to be able to get to a place that not only they love themselves, but by that they have compassion for them and others and kindness, and that we know that we all in this living a human experience, even though we are, you know, divine beings.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've created a safe container for people to come and just be themselves.
Mm.
And you being
Mhm.
authentic and caring, compassionate, open, vulnerable with these people allows them to mirror that and do the same thing, which I think
Yeah.
is very special. In
Yeah.
kind of line of work where we're helping and we're being of service, I think it's crucial that we let people know that we're human, because when we do that, we allow them to be human and we allow them to see that that's beautiful. That's good. All the ooey gooeys, all the uglies, all the crunches that we all have inside of us, we've all got them. You know, I think it's just super important to be kind to yourself
Yes.
as you learn
Find
and become
yourself.
more self-aware. Be kind to everything that you discover about yourself.
Mm.
Yeah, and keeping a journal and charting your progress, whatever that progress might be, is very helpful. Like, uh, for instance, holding yourself accountable for reaching these little baby goals that you establish simply by in that journal saying, well, I achieved this today. You know, it might even be like, I smiled at the cashier.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
kind to my neighbor. Um, I feel better in my heart when I do this. Whatever you record in your journal helps for you. Excuse me, my throat is dry. To see that you're on a path. Excuse me for.
no, it's okay. You have a little drink. That's a beautiful picture of you.
I know, right? She's so cute.
Yes.
She's got a massive amount of hair. And I like that color. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I like that. And maybe she can guide a small little. Are you okay? Or
I'm sorry.
She's got one of those tickles.
I
You always
go
get
right
those.
there.
Yeah, you always get those at the worst time, right?
yeah, I remember once on stage and I could not talk because I was choking. And
Yeah.
everybody, this huge room of people were like, is she weird or what happened to her?
Like crickets while
So
you choke on stage.
I
What
think we
happened to
did
her?
that.
And the guy with the camera nose going, and I'm like, funny. Yeah.
So Isabel, you brought up the point that I'm not afraid to show my vulnerabilities. This coughing incident is classic for me. Whenever I start really getting into my spiritual beliefs, I feel a clearing.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
believe it's my body's attempt to try to clear a
yeah.
blockage.
You're
It
purging.
works. Yes, I am purging, and I always bring my tea.
I used
Yeah.
to I used to work with a client, and it was way back in the day when I was very new, and she burped constantly
Oh,
during the
wow,
session,
wow.
really strong, like visceral, like burps. And I was like, but it was such a good experience because I've had a few of those over the years. You
I've
know,
had
people feel the
I've
need
had
to
clients when
purge
they're clearing, they
when
do
they're
nervous twitches.
nervous
I've
twitches.
had clients, the nervous twitches like this, like something is making them feel like, oh my gosh, are they contacting me? Whatever.
Yeah,
Everybody experiences their cleansing, their clearing, their purging a little differently.
that's so
Debbie,
They really, really do. And for me, I cough because I usually feel it clearing here. This is the truth chakra. the throat. So my truth just came out.
Would you like to guide a small meditation like you will do for self-belief, self-love? We can do the three of us so we can share with our public
I like that.
and they can do it.
And you would like me to lead? Is that what you like? Okay.
Isabel's like, you're great. Let's hear, let's have some magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with my clients, what I usually have them do is first focus on breathing. Establish a breathing process where you start with the nose and you breathe completely into the bottom of the lungs so the belly expands, all the way to the top of the lungs so the back expands. And then, of course, you exhale in reverse order from the top, middle to the bottom. And you continue to breathe like this as if you're filling up a cup with fluid from bottom to top. And you pour that cup out from top. And you continue breathing like this to establish the correct directional flow. And that can take anywhere between 1 minute to 3 minutes. And once we've practiced Ujjayi breathing in this way, I usually encourage people to breathe for 5 seconds to the top. And then after the 5 seconds, release it 5 seconds to the bottom. The next breath cycle, I encourage them to increase it to 6 seconds, all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. And we keep going like that, 7 seconds. Of course, releasing 7 seconds. Until we can get to 10 seconds. Once you achieve the 10-second inhale, I tell people to hold it at least 3 to 5 seconds at the top. And then release the 10 seconds to the bottom. Remember, the inhale and exhale need to be of equal duration. And then once you have no more breath, try to hold at least 5 seconds from the diaphragm, from the abdomen, before you push the belly out and refill again to the top. Hold it again. And then take it to the bottom. And create another pause by contracting your abdomen. And this creates an ellipse. You want to visualize the ellipse. Breathing to the top. The pause widens your lungs, expand your capacity for full breathing, and then you release to the bottom. And you pause and hold your mind still, hold your diaphragm still. And then you go again into that breath cycle. Always pausing at the very top. And pausing at the very bottom. And this has a very calming effect on the nervous system. It brings you into a much more present moment state of awareness, as every cell of your body is being oxygenated by life-giving prana. You're cleansing, you're purifying with exhale, and you're rejuvenating with inhale. And next, I tell people to visualize their chakra column as they breathe this way, from the bottom to the top. I tell them to go to their root chakra and picture red energy, swirl it around as they breathe this way, all the way to the top. Pause, and all the way to the bottom. Pause. Have them move to the next chakra right above it, sex chakra, and it's orange. And breathe with it. And release it. I take them to the next chakra, solar plexus. Have them visualize yellow energy swirling. Breathe with it. And release it. Then I have them go up to their heart chakra. Green energy. Breathe with it all the way to the top. And all the way to the bottom. Move up the throat chakra, which is blue energy. Swirl it around as you breathe. Next, we move up to third eye. Indigo, deep blue. Swirl the energy. Release it. Next, we move up to the crown, violet energy. And release it. Now that I have them light up all their chakras, I let them sit for a little bit and have them visualize the pillar of light, which is white, crystalline white, moving from crown down to tailbone out into the earth, and then move that white light back up from the earth, up your chakra column, up and out your crown. And that white crystalline light will move the crystalline energy of your chakras, and they might all change color. They might all start to merge together, a lot like a rainbow. But start to visualize each chakra lighting up from this pillar of light that descends from above you down into the earth and back up past your crown. And breathe steadily with it all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom, and continue to move that energy through your chakra. And sit with it for 10 to 15 minutes, moving the energy vertically up and down. And don't lose focus. Keep the pillar of light strong. And just move it. The power of your own mind's eye. Imagine it moving up with inhale, down with exhale, like a cycle, up and down, like an ellipse. And usually from there, I'll take my meditations personally a little longer. And then new visions open up for me about what needs to be done. Because I've gotten the energy flowing with the power of my mind's eye. And from there, I'm guided what I need to do. My inner guidance comes. I invited it in by opening up my chakra. And that's just one meditation that I do with my clients. I have others as well. So bring Corey and Isabel back to present. That's just what I do to help awaken my clients so that they can see that their energy flows up and down in a column, and they have the ability to innervate or move it themselves simply by visualizing it. And it's a tool that anybody can use.
Yeah.
Pillar of light meditation. It's quite simple, but it takes practice because not everybody has the ability to keep their mind focused. But the breathing, first and foremost, is what helps clear the mind so that they have the ability to and wherewithal to be really focused.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, I feel really, really lovely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good, good.
I think
That pillar of light meditation, the more I practice it, the more I see my column expanding out past the width of my head. And it protects me as I go through my day. If I
Yeah.
feel yucky for some reason, it's because it could be anything from, if you can bear with me on this one, that I'm around someone who has really bad energy and I'm sensitive to it, or it could be that I'm not quite centered in my column. Usually it's the latter, and I try to stay centered in my column. If I feel extra agitated, I have to be by myself for a little bit and center myself. And that does happen. That does happen. I'm not impervious
yeah,
to not being affected by other people, because there are some people that I run into throughout my day. Their energy is just horrible. And
yeah,
I can't be around that person. I really can't, because it'll affect me negatively, and I'll have to just turn and go the other direction and just go find my center. And
Right.
that's usually what I tell people is I say, if you feel that way about this person, that's telling you something. Just don't be angry at that person. Just go and do your own thing.
Yeah. I always ask, what is this person reflecting
Yeah,
on me? Of
good way to view it. Yeah.
something that I haven't resolved, that
Yeah,
it
it's
just came
entirely
up and
possible. Yeah. 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 There is that. And you, yeah, that makes me want to do this, what do I need to do? And that's where I go in and just focus on me and what I need to do. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Right. It's so helpful, right? When we ask where this comes from, where is it in my body? What does
Yeah,
it remind me of? Because we associate
exactly.
everything.
Yeah.
Subconscious mind all day
Yes.
long is associating things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get up in the morning and say, listen, today you're not going to associate that much so I can have a peace of mind. You get it?
yes, yeah, yeah. You know what's helpful for me? I'm not sure it's going to help anybody else, but we're like sharing little tools of our practice here. What's helpful for me is to see all different energies just as energy and frequency.
Mm,
That helps me rather than it be like, this is good, this is bad, this is medium, this is whatever. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Changing my language in my own mind is
right,
helping me so that when I bump into someone and I feel that energy, because I think we're all empathic, obviously, like that feeling, you can feel.
right.
Um,
So, you know what, Corey? Tony Robbins, we're talking about. Tony told us is the meaning that we give to things.
yeah, exactly.
Because the three of us, we can be presented with something, and the three of us are going to give it a different meaning.
Exactly.
Mm,
Yeah, and I just think it helped me a lot to change the language of what energy I was sensing. I just think, okay, this is like a lower frequency, so I'm dealing with a lower frequency, or this is someone that's like has a higher frequency. Sometimes people are very ungrounded and very like you can just feel it on them. They're like spacey and agitated and all over the place. So this is like a ungrounded frequency. I kind of just try and see it
Oh,
like
yeah, I've really had to work on what you're talking about, learning how to be
uh,
grounded in the face of this kind of energy. I've really worked on, I still am working on it. I'm not perfect when it comes to dealing with other people's, discordant energy. It just, it really affects me. I literally have to sometimes leave the room
Yeah.
and go and look at myself. I do. And that's still to this day, I work on it.
Of
But
course.
my big challenge is, how do I stay present and focus and be the best person that I can be, despite being around that kind of energy? And that's a
Yeah.
constant,
Mm.
Yeah.
challenge.
It's good to ask, it's really helpful to ask,
Yeah.
what is triggering me? What part of mine is not resolved that this person is triggering? My sense of self-worth, not being listened to or disrespected, and where that happened before that I didn't get to resolve, and now it's coming up, so I can work on it or let it go, or somebody. Somebody.
Somebody, exactly. And I have to say that I'm not perfect in any sense of the word. I've allowed myself to step off the path and experience and let them experience how frustrated I am with that person. And it helps me, so they understand where I'm coming from, and I try to do it in a way so that they can see how their behavior is affecting me. But it's hard to teach someone how to do that in a constructive way. And I'm still learning. I'm by no means perfect, that's for sure. But I have had my moments where I've had to let people know that this is affecting me and I can't be around this.
Right.
I
And
still do that to this day.
I
a
I
lot
still
of
do that.
times when we do that, though, Debbie, we kind of, I feel that I relinquish my power when I do that to them. I just now decided not to tune in, period. Instead of
Yeah,
letting
and I'm
them
still
know that
working on it. Yeah, yeah. Just don't
yeah,
tune in.
Yeah.
Tune out.
I
Tune
think
out.
I
Yeah,
think that
absolutely.
that's really a healthy boundary, actually, Debbie. I think that shows that you know yourself and
Yeah.
you know your capacities and you know what you want to be in and not in. And as soon as that comes into your reality, you're like, time out,
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
I think that that's a
Yeah.
healthy boundary, especially in our kind of work, because
yeah,
we're around so many different kinds of energies.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You should have tried the
Yeah.
film industry. You
Oh,
know?
I can't imagine. I can't
Oh yeah.
imagine what you were up
No,
against
no
those people.
competitive whatsoever. That everybody really smooth. Yeah, so smooth. So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
good.
it's been
Yeah,
lovely talking to you, Debbie.
It was
yeah,
great
so
meeting
good.
people.
And we'll put
Great
your
talking to you.
we'll put all your links. We'll upload you in I-Rama so that way you can teach your classes through there. And yeah,
Awesome. Great.
we'll throw
Great.
it out everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Very
Really appreciate your time today.
well. Thank you, Corey.
And
I really enjoyed my time here.
I'll
Thank you.
probably see you at the gym today
You
or
will. You
whenever.
will. Well, it
Thank
won't be
you.
today. You'll see me tomorrow. And Isabel, we'll get together and discuss
Yeah.
schedules for this. All
Okay,
right.
good. My schedule's with me. All right. Love you.
Bye.
Love you guys. Thank
Bye.
you so much. Bye.